Hey guys, it's Dee, and welcome once again to These Beautiful Seeds channel. This is our question and answers section. So I'm going to read you a letter that I received from Dawn from Toronto. How are you, Dee? I hope life is good for you. I am 22 and I am dealing with episodes of depression. I have been skinny all my teenage years, and now as an adult, I still feel like I have the body of a little girl. I am dating a nice guy who I feel really cares about me, but I can tell by the way he looks at girls with hourglass figure bodies that he likes what he sees. I'm thinking of getting some breast or butt implants, maybe. Would you ever consider doing this? I joked about it to my boyfriend before and he just laughs, but he never really says if he thinks I should. Well, Dawn, I've been there. Let me say that first and foremost. Um, One of the hardest things for a woman is body image. I can't speak for guys. I know some guys who also have self-esteem issues and try to bulk up I think we all want to look our best. I think we all want to look good and attractive. But for a woman, it's kind of more extreme because I think everybody believes that the hourglass figure is ideal. It's like the proportions, it's attractive, it's appealing to look at. Some guys are more attracted to skinnier girls or they like certain assets more than others. But with all that aside, I think the way that you feel about yourself personally is the most important thing. So when you say I've been skinny all my life, and I feel like I have the body of a little girl. I feel like still have a body of a young girl. I would say surgery should probably be the final option. I'm not against enhancing your beauty or changing things up if you want to. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think the reasons that you do it should definitely be thoroughly examined, because I'm completely against doing it because somebody said, oh, you gotta, this is too small or this is too big or this is unproportioned. I think that everybody's preference of what you should look like is just their own business, okay, and should be left at that. But when you look in a mirror every day and you see your reflection staring back at you, and if you're not happy, I think it does play a big part on your overall self-esteem. I think the way you see yourself is absolutely important, and it can make or break you from going out into the world and experiencing life to its fullest. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is in life. I would say first figure out what it is that you want to look like. Secondly, ask yourself if you think that that will give you a better life than what you already have. All right, so for example, let's say for me, one of my biggest things is that I was bigger when I was in high school. I had a bigger butt, bigger breasts, and I was proportioned more like a woman, I would say. It was predominantly because I was eating poorly, but I was also running track. So I was exercising a lot and I built muscles up in those places rather quickly. And once I got out of high school and out of college, I kind of started eating healthy. I got more into nutrition, and I didn't exercise as much, so that muscle turned into fat. And then once I cut down on eating a lot of animal products and drinking soda and eating a lot of sugar, I lost a lot of that. So I went down from like 128 to about 120, and it was a dramatic difference in size. And over time, people who knew me from the past was like, oh, you got skinny. And then once I started traveling abroad, I was on stage, and when I wore black, it was almost like I wasn't even there. So I did also struggle with that. I used to pad my own pants, so that I had the illusion of looking bigger. I never, I thought about surgery, but I never saw myself as actually doing something like that because I'm very health conscious, and I feel like I'm more interested in eating healthy and having the weight that's right for my body type, opposed to just carrying around fat because I want to look a certain way. Not that I'm against anybody who, wants those adjustments to be made, that's fine. But I would say, Dawn, as my advice to you, ask yourself if you think you would really have a better life looking a different way. If you really think that you would, then do what you got to do that you think would give you a better lifestyle, would have people treating you differently, would have you experience, life in a way that you can't imagine experiencing it now in the size that you are. I never like to impose what's important to me on other people, and I wouldn't want them to do it to me as well. So I'm not going to say you shouldn't be focusing on this because it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. If you're talking about it and you email me about it, it is a big deal. But before you take that step, you have to ask yourself, the current situation that you're in now, the current lifestyle that you have, the current relationship that you have with your boyfriend now, the current way that you see yourself, are you willing to let all of that go for the hopes that things will be better in the future when you have a different body or a different, image of yourself on a superficial, on the surface level? If you're willing to trade that in for the possibility of a better situation, then take the chance. But if things are overall good for you, you got a man that you believe cares for you and loves you, that you can see yourself growing something with, and you have a body that you can maybe exercise into the way you want it to look, opposed to actually going under the knife or get implants that may or may not be to your liking. If you believe that you're willing to take the chance to do all that, then by all means, plan your steps. But think about it. Think about it over time. Meditate on it. Really focus on what you think is going to be better once you have those physical attributes. And it's a gamble because nobody ever really knows. Everybody signs that waiver when they go under the knife, I'm sure, saying, listen, your body may or may not reject this. It may be a perfect fit, or you may have to go back under the knife and do it all over again. But it's up to you to make that choice for yourself. And please consider where you are now and consider the possibility of it working out and what you're going to do if it doesn't work out. And that's what I'll say, because you have to live your life. And how you get up and how you feel and how you're affected by certain things is different from everybody else. It's not their walk. All right? The fact that you have a boyfriend already, and he loves you and he appreciates your body that you have and he's not pressuring you into these things is a positive thing. So take all that into consideration before you jump and decide to make, these adjustments to your body. I hope that helped.